Welcome to my channel, The Mystery Files. Before diving into the mysteries of history, there is a small reminder. If you're really interested in this kind of information, don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon if you don't want to miss out on our new videos. I hope you've already watched our previous videos about the implosion of the Oceangate. This video is a continuation to that video. The 5 people on board a submersible close to the Titanic wreck were pronounced dead after several days of searching in a remote location in the North Atlantic. Rear Admiral John Mauger of the US Coast Guard stated that the catastrophic implosion of the vessel was the reason for their demise. What really caused the implosion? It's thought that the hull collapse of Titan was caused by extreme water pressure. The submarine was designed to handle such pressure, so specialists are now trying to pinpoint exactly what went wrong. This might be established through an analysis of the debris. It's estimated that Titan was 3,500 meters below sea level when contact was lost. The vessel was so deep that the weight of the water on its tens of thousands of tons would have been comparable to the weight of the Eiffel Tower. In the event of a structural failure, the vessel would be compressed since the pressure outside would be significantly higher than that inside the hull. Yeah, as this has become a hot topic these days, we have an idea on what was the reasons that would have caused the vessel to implode. On social media, numerous more disturbing illustrations and motion pictures have also gained popularity in an effort to describe and lay out what would have happened. The precise timing of Titan's implosion in millisecond intervals, as well as what it would have looked like, have now been determined by new expert analysis and detailed simulations. So here I brought you the best pictures and information that might have occurred in the submersible. It is anticipated that the sub's inside would have made loud cracking and noises of popping before implosion. According to engineering.com, monitoring systems and sensors on the hull would have also been connected to alarms, which would have sounded to signal a failure. According to Matt Zisic, a specialist in ocean acoustics at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography, the sounds of the Titan search were detected using sonar buoys, objects that can be thrown out of aeroplanes to detect noises. This was done to avoid ship sounds interfering with the sounds which were being used to find the Titan. The ocean is a noisy place, according to Dr. Zicic. He added that there are numerous additional potential sources of sound underwater, such as fish, other animals, and of course human-made devices. So, here is a look at Dr. Wagner's analysis of the Titan sub-implosion and a step-by-step simulation through the moment it began to collapse to the point where it was reduced to nothing more than a collection of little pieces of debris. 0 milliseconds. Titan's carbon fiber hull first begins to fall apart at 0 milliseconds. This simulation demonstrates how the carbon fiber hull of the submersible is beginning to show signs of degradation and fold inwards. Number 2, 182 millisecond. Titan's hull shrinks by half in 182 milliseconds. The submersible looks to be unharmed even if the midsection of the cylinder folds to about half of its diameter. Number 3, 274 milliseconds. Anyone seated in the middle of the Titan would be crushed in 274 milliseconds. Anyone seated in the middle of the vessel would have been crushed by the cylinder's extreme compression. The hull is now starting to fragment. Although the outside fibers of the vessel have been crumpled, the internal fibers could be stretched. If there had been enough energy, the material would have been separated. Number 4, 365 milliseconds. Titan's hull entirely collapses. The simulation demonstrates how the center of the sub has detached and collapsed in. It refutes the idea that the hull could have fused into a single piece with the titanium domes remaining under severe external pressure. Number 7, 638 milliseconds. The Titan's carbon fiber hull is destroyed in 638 milliseconds. The end caps have pieces of the titanium ring and hull pushed into them. According to engineering.com, this simulation dispels any possibility of discovering human remains that have been preserved by the structural strength of the end caps. Number 13, 495 milliseconds. Ocean debris from Titan is scattered. The carbon fiber shell has entirely disintegrated into dozens and dozens of different-sized fragments of debris. Since pressure is still being applied to the end caps, the titanium shells are still present but are now closer together. The Titan sub's whole hull went from being completely intact to completely disintegrating in the span of 14 milliseconds. Engineering.com reports that the analysis proves the carbon fiber hull could have broken into smaller pieces. However, more than a week after the search for the 5-passenger sub was initiated and garnered worldwide interest, human remains including debris from the submersible have imploded close to the Titanic tragedy site were rescued from the depths of the ocean. That brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for staying till the end. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and let us know what you think about the video down in the comment section.